Hi, welcome to Fanboy and Critic, our show where we go see new movies on theaters and give you our review.
Both the good and the bad. I'm John Ortiz and I'll be your fanboy.
And I'm Sam Wike-McClure and I'll be your critic. This week on Fanboy and Critic, we went to go see Mean Girls, the musical? I don't even know if that's the title.
It's not Mean Girls 2.
It's not Mean Girls 2.
It's the musical.
Get in, loser.
You guys all know what Mean Girls is by this point. I don't have to explain it to you.
It's the musical version.
Yeah, musical version. What did Tina Fey do well bringing back her own creation in a musical form?
She definitely brought back the vibes. I mean, they used a lot of the phrases of the original Mean Girls, which I really appreciated. But for me, you know, I really enjoyed the musical part. I feel like for every big scene, it gave me more of like a detail of like, oh, that's how she was feeling during this scene from the original. And and I'm a sucker for musicals.
You are?
Yeah, I love musicals.
know this about you.
Yeah, man. Grease, La La Land, all those. I don't think any of the songs were memorable.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember any of them, and that's kind of a plus in the musical if that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I think the cast was great. I don't think they matched the original cast,
No.
but they definitely played the part right. My favorite was who played Regina.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what her name is. You know her name?
We'll put it up on screen.
Yeah, somewhere. But yeah, I think she did a great job, and all her songs were great. I really liked her. Yeah, she played a good character.
The one song that I think was good was her Cold song at the Halloween party.
Yes.
That was a memorable song, but you're right. The rest of them, I was gonna say like I didn't feel any sort of way about any of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's something you kind of want from a musical. But yeah, I think the characters were really good. The story was pretty much the same.
I liked expanding Janice's part because it felt like all of the impetus for like why she doesn't like Regina was expanded and like made really well dug into, like, this is why they're trying to destroy Regina. And I felt like they did a really good job, a much better job in this one by expanding those two characters, which are Katie's sidekick friends.
Yeah, they really went into detail of how these people felt. That's what I liked about it.
And I think those two actors did a lot better job than the original. Like the rest of the cast, I think the original cast for the Plastics was better, but then the two sidekicks I think was better in this one.
Oh wow, yeah, you know what, you're right, because these two definitely I was actually like trying to think of the movie, like, who were these two in the other one? Like,
yeah. And
they definitely stuck out in this film. Yeah, you're right about that.
They felt very natural. They felt like, they felt real. And like the Plastics didn't really feel that. They were so over the top dumb that I was like, okay, I mean, they're supposed to be dumb, I get it.
Yeah.
But like, it was over the top that it kind of, I don't know if it really brought me out of it, but like, it didn't feel like these would be real people. And like, the two sidekick characters did feel real.
Yeah.
They felt like, oh yeah, I know these people.
They were great.
Yeah. The good things is that she kept the vibes. She improved on some of the things that, this is how many years later? 20 years later?
I just felt old when
Yeah.
it came up because I couldn't think of when Mean Girls came out.
Yeah, it's 20 years later. And it definitely updated like how high school is and like how the world is and how the Mean Girls would be interacting, like especially with social media and digital, communications. That being said, like I don't think this added to the Mean Girls. I don't think this was like, oh, a better version of Mean Girls. Like the musical didn't really add any aspects to it for me. Was Katie's mom even in the original? I don't remember her mom being in the original.
Katie's mom. I was trying to figure that out too. I know Regina's mom was definitely in it. I don't know if Katie's mom was in it. Was it a dad?
It might have been her dad.
I feel like it was a dad role. I don't remember.
But Regina's mom was another character that was like over the top in this one.
Yeah.
Like in the original one, she's like, I'm the cool mom, and like, it kind of felt like somebody you know. And this was just like a caricature of like somebody that really wanted to be noticed more than anything. But that being said, I think they brought Regina down a little bit. She felt at the end, she felt more like a human being by the end of it.
Yeah.
She obviously was like very maniacal at the beginning and the middle. But then they brought her back and kind of, I don't know if, I wouldn't say they redeemed her, but they made her feel more like a human being.
Yeah, like she's not the bitch she's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You could be really hot if you change, like, everything.
Okay, Jay. Why should somebody go out to the theaters and see this? Tell the critics.
Critics.
Critics?
It's been so long. I don't even know how to convince you guys anymore. But you know what? Go watch this movie just because you're not doing anything in January. There's nothing coming out. And this is something exciting to watch. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've all seen the original Mean Girls. And this is just another take of it in a musical form. Yeah, there's no other reason why not to watch.
I mean, I'm going to use my defense as
and it's Tina Fey, man.
It is Tina Fey. Her and Tim Meadows both knocked it out of the park again.
Good Lord.
I will say my standard defense for the fanboys out there. You've seen this movie in a slightly better version. I don't care if it's 20 years old. You can curl up on your couch, hang out with your friends, be as comfortable as you want and watch that better version at home for free. So,
I think you got me beat.
Yeah, that's my argument. Also, like, Godzilla Minus One is out in theaters. I would just recommend go finding a theater that is still playing it and watch that instead.
All right,
Jay.
Moviegoers?
I think we're on to the
rating. the rating.
I mean, it has been like 6 months. So, life gets in the way, guys.
Where am I at?
Where are you at? Do you need a reminder of the scale?
Remind me of the scale.
Love, amazed, like, why, poopy, and angry.
This was a really tough one. Just because I really enjoyed, the original Mean Girls. I was really, really leaning towards why, but I enjoyed it enough to say I at least liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm not probably gonna watch it again, but for being in there for 2 hours, I wasn't bored at all. I enjoyed every scene of it. Like I said, the songs weren't great, but I enjoyed it at the time. Yeah, it's an enjoyable movie. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I liked it as well. I think we're on the same page. I am probably never going to watch this again, and I probably will watch Mean Girls again at some point.
Just to compare.
But it wasn't boring or bad. It didn't detract from Mean Girls. And I'm very, very tired, and I didn't fall asleep in it, so that's a good sign. All right, fanboys and critics, make sure to like, subscribe, leave comments, tell us what you thought about the movie and about our review. Go check out our Patreon if you want to help us produce content more. And we'll see you not next week because there's not really anything that I can find coming out, but maybe in 2 or 3 weeks where there'll be more coming out.
And we'll see you for the next week. All right, fanboys and critics, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below. Check out our Patreon. I mean, that's your line.